I just made the biggest mistake of my real estate career so far. I paid too much income tax. I knew it was going to be a rough year, but I didn't shelter enough of my income. And I had the most expensive day of my life so far, paying the government. So let's talk about it. You know, I would say that no matter where you are in your real estate career or in your investment career or your working career, I think that you should, and I'm going to plan for taxes better. I had some great years, um, legally avoiding income tax, or decreasing my net income based on the real estate performance or the real estate you buy. Um, and I just think I need to focus on it more. I think that keeping more money in your pocket to compound is almost more important than making more money annually. It's like you need to make it, but you also need to keep it. And I know this might not relate to everyone. And what I do want you to realize is that um, prepare for it when it doesn't matter, and then be prepared for it when it does. I just thought of that, but that makes sense to me. Prepare for it when it doesn't matter, and be prepared when it does. So, one of the huge advantages of buying real estate is, as you all know, um, getting depreciation, or you might not all know that. One of the leading benefits of investing in real estate is keeping more money and paying less income tax because our tax code is written to, help individuals for many reasons, but one of them, tends to lend itself to real estate investors and or people who own real estate, not specifically people that own their single family houses that they live in, but people that own investment or rental properties that they retain and keep. So, you can look into it, segmented depreciation, advanced depreciation. There's a lot of different, words for it, but the one thing that you need to think about is if you're going to get into real estate or if you have a W 2 job and you're making X dollars, how much tax are you paying? And if you took that money that you were paying to the government and you bought a piece of real estate, or you saved money, you bought a piece of real estate, how much of that tax burden would you be saving? And then what would be the benefit that you didn't have before, or the money you get to keep in your pocket, or is the real estate really just paying for itself because even if it breaks even, you're saving yourself, tens of thousands of dollars a year in taxes, or 10,000 a year, or 5,000 a year, or whatever it is. You need to think about that. Like, how much do I pay in taxes? And if I didn't pay it because my real estate offset my income as a loss, how much would I be saving? And would it really make it so that, I can grow even though I think I can't? Maybe I'd be stretching myself the first year, but the next year, after I don't have to pay as much income tax because the government lends itself to this type of investment, where does that put me in the end? And I'm sharing this because, I'm ashamed. I should have been able to save more money. I am in a weird situation where I probably could have bought more to save more and had a better investment portfolio and kept the money in my family's pocket to reinvest or whatever it may be. Um, but I didn't. And there were some reasons why I didn't, but I wasn't prepared to take such a hit this year. Well, I was prepared. I knew it was coming. I just didn't realize how significant it would be. And in the future, I really need to sit down and prepare in relation to real estate investing, but also in relation to everything I do. I just want to be more prepared for tax season next year. And you know, I am just being 100% honest to you guys. Like, maybe you can't all relate to me, but I'm sure you can because it didn't matter where I was in my life and how much money I was making. When I had to pay income tax, it always stank. And sometimes when I had less money coming in. It was a lower number going out, but it was more impactful, the money that I had to get rid of, the money that I had to give the government. And when I say avoid income tax, the thing about the government is, you don't avoid income tax. You just kind of like roll the ball downhill, and like I'm gonna have this. If I avoid it properly, I'm gonna have a huge income tax number that I have to pay. Um, but it's gonna let me compound my money, my income tax money, so that I'm generating money on my income tax money. The government will probably get more in the long run, but I'll keep more in the long run. So it's like, it's a weird little game. You think like, oh, I'm not going to pay income tax. Well, you're not going to pay it right now. You're going to pay it later. And it's going to be more, but you're going to be more comfortable, and you're going to have made more money delaying the payment in some aspect. Like if I can save 10,000 today that I reinvest, and that 10 becomes 20, and I don't pay tax on the 20, and then the 20 becomes 40, and then I don't pay tax on the 40, and then 40 becomes 80, and at the end, at some point when I do pay tax, it's going to be more than if I paid it at each increment to the government. It's going to be more money that they get, because they're going to collect a larger percentage, because my number's higher, from a bigger number than if they took a little bit every time. And I think that's my mindset of why they do it. So keep that in mind, that you're not doing anything wrong. You're really helping society, because you're keeping your money, you're giving people places to work or places to live, and then at the end you're going to give the government more money than you were going to give them in one shot, but you're going to be better off in the future doing it that way. So I pay too much money in income tax. I'm sure you all pay too much money in income tax. You know, Sometimes the rich, you always see, oh, this person paid no income tax. Whatever. There's a lot of loopholes when it comes to owning businesses to not pay income tax. For me, it's real estate, and let's say I'm knowledgeable on how to do it properly, not specifically avoid it, but how to just, optimize my situation. But I'm no expert, and I need to get better at it. And I need to sit down with experts and figure out what I need to do right and differently. And I know a few ways how to do it, and I could do it better. But I just want to make sure that I do it the most optimal way for my family's future. And, as I progress, I'll share that information with you guys. But I just want to keep you guys in the loop of how I'm moving forward. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great day.